Hello everyone. Today I am Rishabh Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Farknoy, Gurgaon, taking the lecture of Applied Thermodynamics. Today we will cover up the topic that will be the gas vapor cycle, and we will discuss about the several gas vapor cycles. And this is our lecture number 8. Let discuss about first that what is the gas power cycle. In this, the devices or the system used to produce a net power output are often called engines, and the thermodynamic cycles they operate are on power cycles. Thermodynamic cycle can also be categorized as gas cycles and vapor cycles depending upon the phase of the working fluid. In gas cycles, the working fluid remain in the gaseous phase throughout the entire process or cycle, whereas in vapor cycle, the working fluid exists in the vapor phase during one time of the cycle and in the liquid phase during the another part. What is air standard efficiency? The efficiency of engine using air as the working medium is known as air standard efficiency. The actual gas power cycle are rather complex. To reduce the analysis to a manageable level, we utilize the following approximations, commonly known as the air standard assumptions. For the air standard cycles, we have to take several assumptions. That assumptions are the working fluid is air. As you know that air itself is not a power source. Still, we assume and take as working fluid is air. In the cycle, all processes are reversible. We considered all the processes are reversible as such processes could be irreversible. But initially in the phase, we will assume that all the processes are reversible. Then the mass of working fluid remains constant through the entire cycle. Here we will apply the conservation of mass law which implies that there is no mass loss during the process. And we will also apply the law of thermodynamics, that is, the energy neither be created and nor be destroyed, only it transformed from one body to another or in one energy to or from another energy. The working fluid is homogeneous throughout the cycle. No chemical reaction takes place. We are considering that the working fluid is homogeneous. No involvement or other particles will be added throughout the process. The air behaves as an ideal gas and its specific heat is constant at all temperature. Firstly, there is no ideal gas. We have we have real gases. All the ideal gas is all about the assumptions. In the real world, there is no ideal gas, but we will consider that the air is an ideal gas and its heat is constant at all the temperatures. That could also be not be possible in practical life. Still, we will take it as assumptions. The cycle is considered closed with the same air always remain in the cylinder to repeat the cycle. As we are observing and we are saying that air in the cylinder or the cycle will be same and will not change during the process. On the behalf of these assumptions, we have introduced a cycle that is a Carnot cycle. The scientist known the surname with Carnot introduced this cycle and make some practical applications over that. First, we will discuss about what is Carnot cycle. The Carnot cycle is a theoretical ideal thermodynamic cycle proposed by French scientist Carnot in 1824 and expanded upon by others in 1930 to 40s. It provides an upper limit of the efficiency that any classical thermodynamics engine can achieve during the conversion of heat into work. On conversely, the efficiency of the refrigeration system in creating a temperature difference by the application of work to the system. It is not an actual thermodynamic cycle, but it is a theoretical construct. Every single thermodynamic system consists in a particular state. When a system is taken through the series of different states and finally returns to the returns to its initial state and a thermodynamic cycle is said to be occurred. In the process of going through this cycle, the system may perform work on its surroundings. For the example, by a moving piston, thereby acting as a heat engine. A system undergoing a Carnot cycle is known as Carnot heat engine. Although such a perfect engine is only a theoretical construct and cannot be built in practice. Initially or essentially, there are two reservoirs forming the part of the heat engine as temperatures TH and TC, that is the hot and the cold respectively. They have such large thermal capacity that their stages are practically unaffected by the single system or the cycle. Since the cycle is theoretically reversible, there is no generation of entropy during the cycle. The entropy is conserved. During the cycle, an arbitrary amount of entropy del S is exactly from the hot reservoir and deposited in the cold reservoir. Since there is no volume change in the reservoir, they do not work, and during the cycle an amount of energy, that is the temperature of hot body with change of entropy, is exactly from the hot reservoir, and a small amount of energy temperature of cold body with change of entropy is deposited in the cold reservoir. This difference between the two energies T H minus Tc with change of entropy is equal to the work done by the engine. For the Carnot cycle, we have isothermal expansion, then we have adiabatic expansion, third is isothermal compression, and fourth is adiabatic compression. In isothermal expansion, heat is transferred reversibly from high temperature reservoir at constant temperature, in which the heat is added in the process. During the step 1 to 2, the gas is allowed to expand during the work on the surroundings by pushing the piston. Although the pressure drops from 1 to 2, the temperature of the gas does not change during the process because it is in the thermal contact and hot reservoir at TH, and thus expansion is isothermal. The heat added Q1 is absorbed from the higher temperature reservoir, resulting in increase in the entropy of the gas of the amount. Second, we have isentropic. The isentropic is reversible adiabatic process. In this, the gas in the engine is thermally isolated from both the hot and the cold reservoir. Thus, there neither gain or loss heat from an adiabatic process. The gas continues to expand by reduction of pressure doing work on the surroundings and losing an amount of internal energy equal to the work done. The gas expansion without heat input cause it to the cold temperature. The entropy remains unchanged. In the third process, that is isothermal compression, in this heat transferred reversibly to low temperature reservoir at constant temperature. The gas in the engine is in thermal contact with cold reservoir at temperature Tc. The surroundings do work on the gas, pushing an amount of heat energy Q2 to leave the system to the low temperature reservoir and entropy of the system to decrease the amount. Fourth process is adiabatic compression. In this process, once again the gas engine is thermally isolated from the hot and the cold reservoir. The engine is assumed to be frictionless, hence reversible. During this step, the surroundings do work on gas, pushing the piston down further, increasing its internal energy, compressing it and causing its temperature to rise up to TH due to solely to the work added to the system, but entropy remains unchanged. At this point, the gas in the same state as the part of step 1. The pressure volume graph shows when the Carnot cycle is plotted on the pressure volume diagram, the isothermal stages follow the isotherm lines of the working fluid, and the adiabatic stages move between isotherms, and the area bounded by the complete cycle path represent the total work done that can be done during one cycle. From point 1 to 2 and 3 to 4, the temperature is constant and heat transfer from point 1 to 4 to 1 and 2 to 3 are equal to 0. These are the processes involved in the Carnot cycle. And if we talking about the efficiency of the Carnot cycle, that is 1 minus QL upon QH. where QL is the heat supplied at low temperature or QH is the the 1 minus QL by QH, where QL is the rejection and QH is the heat addition, or is also equal to the 1 minus TL by TH, where TL is the temperature at lower limit and the temperature at high limit is TH. For being this cycle, the several assumptions have been made that are the piston moving in the cylinder does not produce any friction during the motion. The cylinder head is arranged in such a way that it can be perfect heat conductor or insulator. The walls of the cylinder and piston are considered as perfect insulator of heat. The heat transfer do not affect the temperature of sinks and source. Compression and expansion processes are reversible. Working medium is a perfect gas and has constant specific heat. These are the such examples or assumptions made during the Carnot cycle. On the behalf of Carnot cycle, several cycles have been made by which we are able to produce such engines that will work on a different fuels, where the working fluids is not air, by which we are able to perform different medium and work on it. On the behalf of that, we have one cycle, that is Otto cycle. Otto cycle is also known as a petrol engine cycle, as the petrol engine is work on this Otto cycle. You can see in 1 to 2 process, that is we have 4 processes overall. In 1 to 2 process we have reversible adiabatic compression. Second, we have process 2 to 3, in which the addition of heat at constant volume, that is a isochoric process. Then in 3 to 4 we have reversible adiabatic expansion, and process 4 to 1, that is rejection of heat at constant volume. As we compare to the engine working, the first process, that is a reversible adiabatic compression, we can symbolize with the process that is a suction. In 2 to 3 process, that will be the compression. Third will be the expansion, and fourth will be the exhaust. In 2 to 3 process, the heat is added to the process, and in 4 to 1 the heat is rejected and leaving the process. In TS diagram, temperature and entropy diagram, the heat is added in the process 2 to 3, and the heat is rejected from 1 to 4 to 1 process. An Otto cycle is an idealized thermodynamic cycle that describe the functioning of typical spark ignition piston engine. It is the thermodynamic cycle most commonly found in automobile engines. The Otto cycle is a description of what happens to the mass of gas as it's suspended to change of pressure, temperature and volume on addition of heat and removal of heat. The mass of gas that is subjected to those changes it's called the system. The system in this case is defined to be fluid with the cylinder. By describing the changes that takes place within the system is also described in words the system effect on the environment. In the case of Otto cycle, the effect will be to produce enough net work from the system so as to propel an automobile and its occupant in the environment. The Otto cycle is constructed from the top and bottom of the loop, a pair of quasi-parallel and isentropic process, that is the frictionless and the adiabatic reversible process. Left and right side of the loop, a pair of parallel isochoric process. The isentropic process of compression and expansion implies that there will be no inefficiency and there will be no transfer of heat into or out of the system during the process. The cylinder and piston are assumed to be impermeable to heat during that time. Work is performed on the system during the process and flows into the Otto cycle through the left pressurizing process and some of its flow back through the right depressurizing process. The summation of the work added to the system plus the heat added minus the heat removed, yet the net mechanical work generated in the by the system. The Otto cycle consists of isentropic compression heat addition at constant volume, isentropic expansion and rejection of heat at constant volume. In the case of four-stroke Otto cycle, technically there are two addition processes, one for the exhaust of waste heat and combustion product at constant pressure and for the intake of cool oxygen rich air also constant pressure. However, they are often omitted in a simplified analysis. Even though those who processes are critical to the functioning of real engine, there in detail of heat transfer and combustion chemistry are relevant. For the simplified analysis of the thermodynamic cycle, it is more convenient to assume that the waste heat is removed during a single volume changes. If we are talking about the increasing power and the efficiency, the difference between the exhaust and intake pressure and temperature means that some increase in efficiency can gain by use of turbochargers, removing the exhaust flow from some parts of remaining engine and transferring that to the intake flow to increase the intake pressure. A gas turbine can exert useful work done from the exhaust stream and that can be used to pressurize the intake air. Now we will discuss about the processes The system is defined to be the mass of air that drawn from the atmosphere into the cylinder, compressed by the piston, heated by the spark ignition of the fuel added, allowed to expand as it pushes on the piston, and finally exhaust back in the atmosphere. The mass of air is followed as the volume, pressure and temperature during the various thermodynamic steps. As the piston is capable of moving along the cylinder, the volume of the air changes its position in the cylinder. Thus, the compression and the expansion process induced on the gas by the movement of the piston are idealized as reversible, that is, no useful work is lost. Turbulence of the friction and the no heat transfer to or from the gas during the two processes, the energy is added by the air to the combustion fuel. Useful work is extracted by the expansion of the gas in the cylinder. After the expansion is completed in the cylinder, the remaining heat is extracted and finally the gas is exhausted to the environment. Useful mechanical work is produced during the expansion process and some of that used to compress the air to the next cycle. The useful mechanical work produced minus at the work for the compression process is the net work gain, and that can be used for propulsion or driving other machines. Alternatively, the useful work gain is the difference between the heat added to the heat removed. For the Otto cycle, the efficiency is the 1 minus 1 by R gamma minus 1, where gamma is the adiabatic constant. For the air, the value of the gamma is 1.4. Today we are ending this lecture on the Otto cycle, and stay tuned for the next video in which we will discuss about more cycles. For today, thank you